Well, I don't want to risk getting too excited at this stage of the season, but we are absolutely flying, and we even picked up a point away at a top half side. However, we're starting to get injuries, the fixtures are beginning to pile up, and now I've got a feeling the problems may begin. Yes, hello, and welcome along to part 121 of the Head Coach with me, Daniel. We are back today with the Premier League table looking nice, the finances looking all right, and the fixtures going pretty well for us. However, results have been good, but there's now some hard games coming up, and more importantly, they're coming thicker and faster than ever before. We've also got a couple of big injuries which may cause us some troubles. We're just not quite there yet. And with a lack of depth in the squad, with a few young players we're going to have to rely on, and a run of games now away from home, are we going to be able to keep up our good start to the season? I think we all know the answer, don't we? If you're looking forward to finding out with me as we go away to Newcastle today before a big trip to Atletico Madrid, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Let's go and have a look at the schedule for what's been happening so far. But since you were with me, we are unbeaten. We've only conceded 2 goals in 7 games. The defensive record has been pretty good. Both of those goals conceded were away to very good teams. But we also managed to pick up a point at Arsenal, which is an incredible effort. So let's have a look at what we've been doing. We won 2-0 away at Brentford after the international break. Demeter and Ocon with a goal apiece. Both players having a really good season so far, and they scored again in a 3-0 win at home to Villarreal. Ocon, Demeter and Joel North off the bench, as he so often does, with the goals to help us along. Ocon started up front in that game, Demeter off the right. Against Chelsea, a brilliant 4-0 demolition at home. It was only 1-0 at the break, but we were playing well with Ocon's goal. Then Demeter, North and De Buen, we blew them away. As soon as they chased the game, we caught them off on the counter. A 1-1 draw at Arsenal, a game we played really well in. We tried to stifle them a bit more, play a bit more counter-attacking, and it worked, to be fair. We did keep ourselves in the game, albeit our goalkeeper did well, a couple of great defensive blocks. And when we conceded the late goal, we then just went for it. And we managed to sneak an equaliser. Cabadis off the bench, a rare hero for that one, but a point that we wouldn't have got last season, and that's a big positive. We followed that up with a 3-1 win at Inter Milan. We were 2-0 up early on before Romeo Lavia, a player we're managing in our block save at Southampton, got one back. But Demeter completed his brace late on to make it a comfortable win. Baysal made his return from injury there too. A 3-0 win at home to Watford was another comfortable win. A 1-0 lead at half-time due to Joel North as we rotated a lot of the side. Then Carlos and an own goal late on. Again, as the team comes out to chase the game, we're so threatening on the counter, and we are developing those two sides to our game. In the third round of the Carabao Cup at West Ham, brilliant away performance. Loads of players rested. It was a bit of a warped fixture, to be honest, because we had 14 players on international duty. It was in the break. West Ham had 12 away and probably more first teamers, if we're being honest. We were able to put out a decent side, and Joel North got both of the goals. So that leads us into these games in pretty good form. We've got a few players struggling after the international break, a few that aren't fully fit, and 2 players out injured, our whole right wing. But for now, we're going to go and get into this one. No transfer news at the end of the window as we knew. So let's see how we compete with a smaller squad in a very difficult fixture. George Rodriguez, our former Crystal Palace man, is at right back. A few of our former England internationals, including Malloy up front, are involved. Let's go and get our 11 picked. We'll be back in a minute to run through it. I'll be honest with you right off the bat here. This is a much weaker team than I would have wanted to put out here, but I'm taking a bit of a calculated gamble. I'm looking at last year and saying we were in a title race and this is the sort of game that we couldn't win. So why worry about it this year? We're going to have to play one tired player in Deverlay because Garcia's just back from a long injury and Jones isn't fit either. We've got players returning from international duty in South America, like Solis, who we can't bring straight back in. Ocon's knackered, Demeter can't even make the squad, and Baysal is returning from a long layoff. He's played lots of appearances, but he now needs a bit of a break. So our 11 in full for today is an ever-improving Robles in goal. Improving is the word I was looking for there. Simmons and Vanderson, the fullbacks. The fact he's starting tells you everything. Deverlay and Hervenhov, the 2 centre-halves. Carlos and Hodgkinson in central midfield. Guido has to move out to the right He'll move to an inverted wing up when we get into it. And then Cabadis and Taylor make up the attacking midfield three, with Joel North through the middle up front. We might do what we did last time and drop to balance, but I'm not sure that we're able to do that with the players we've got. We'll have to judge it as we get in. There's no doubting that on paper, we are the second best team in this game. Guido is going to become an inverted winger on attack. Taylor will become a winger on attack. We're just swapping them round there. And hopefully that will pay off as we get into the game. We're going to drop to balance just for now. We'll get into the first half, try and ride out the first 15 minutes. Then we'll see what we can do. It's in 4-squad rotation. The combination of having a cup tie during the international break and also the fact that we've then had so many on international duty. The fact that we didn't get that extra player on deadline day. Imagine the difference it could have made if we had a first choice right winger today. As Vanderson's got a throw early on. Cabadis is never getting there. Quick from Frustrini, who brings it out from defence. Big ball to Cho and now Malloy. They're on the counter. They've got all the breakaway speed. Vanderson is very slow at the back. Devilay's knackered. Hervenhoff is the only one fit back there. As Sagna into Robles, it's a good double save. And we get away with it. 15 minutes gone, and I'm happy we're 0-0. This is sort of what we did against Arsenal. We soaked up pressure. We kept it 0-0 for as long as we could. And then we just tried to go for it when we went one down. As Taylor gets the ball to Cabadis here, over halfway. Looking good on the counter ourselves with North. Wide to Taylor, it's a great ball. Joseph Taylor, the academy product. The man our director of football's tried to sell umpteen times. And the man who is rated not good enough for top level Premier League football. He keeps delivering. Joel North sets it up. They are two bang average Premier League players on paper. But in this system, they just work. And now, with something to hold on to, we might be dangerous as Cabadis gives the ball away. Not had a great start here. Malloy straight in. What a way to give it away. Oh, he's cleared it. Or has he? Geez, Hervenhoff's dribbling along the line. He's scaring the life out of me. Just cleared a ball, but it stays out. And remarkably, it's 1-0. We almost give away a goal as quick as we score one. But we're ahead as Simmons nicks it there. That's got to be a foul. He chested it down and then got taken out. Rodriguez switches the play to Vestrini. Here's Sagna. Back to him again. Vanderson's getting pulled pill at the post. He can't cope at this age. Sagna across. Agate in. It was a matter of time. It was nice while it lasted. Let's see if we can cling on for a point. But let's be honest, they're tearing our defence apart. And if I was managing a relegation battling club and I had a tired average Premier League centre-half and a right-back who's well past his prime, I wouldn't be confident as Guido brings it away. This is an average Premier League team that's overperforming in terms of this 11 today. As Carlos on the break again. We've got a threat on the counter. We've not got the same pace we'd normally have. De Buen, Demeter, Ocon, they're the quicker players. And today we haven't got it. Baysal, what a ball carrier he is. But we're in this game. It's 1-0 at the break. Or is it? I've spoken too soon. Free kick for Newcastle in the centre circle. Rafael Luiz finds Antonio. Agate loses it to Taylor, but he can't keep the ball. Did well to intercept the pass, though. Now Rodriguez on the right. It would be a really poor time to let in a goal. And some of those more tired players on the bench, if we can get to the hour mark at 1-1, we can chuck them on for half an hour. But if we're behind, I'm definitely not going to risk it. Hervenhoff intercepts the pass to Simmons. Now Taylor. Can we break away? Look at it on the other side of things. Flip them. Would have been a great time to score, but we can't keep the ball. Rodriguez gets it again. Playing well off former Palace man. Sagna through ball to Malloy. This is the goal. Malloy in 1-on-1. Oh, it's off the line again. 2.5. We're getting quite lucky there. With half a minute to go, we survive it. It's 1-1 at the break. It's been an okay performance, but you know what? I'm not sure we hold on for this. Let's get to the hour mark if we can. Then we'll decide what we'll do with changes. Goal kick for Newcastle. 7 gone in the second half. Long ball forward, which Carlos heads away. Balls for Hervenhoff in defence. And he plays back to Devilay, who he ain't going to do much longer. We just have to do him and Jones getting a bit of the game each. Guido through to Cabadis. Not made much of an impact today. Gets down the right, though. Chance to cross. He's lost it again. I mean, nearly every attack they've had has come from him losing the ball. Vanderson's just been strolled past, basically. Murad chips in. Hervenhoff not away. It's a poor header. Malloy back to Cho. Out wide right to Rodriguez. It's going to cost us again. Malloy's lost the header, but it's out to Vestrini. Guido can't get there. Luiz into Sagna. Deflected shot. Robles gets there first. We get away with that one, I think. Right. I'm going to have to make the subs. Devilay's got nothing left. He's going to be replaced. I could go Ariel Garcia, but he's not played centre half for the club before. Jones is a bit more tired, but he's capable, so he'll come on and he'll go in there. He's also pretty mobile as well, which is important. I'm going to take off Cabadis, who's been poor, and I'm going to bring on, I think, I might go for David Walker, you know, because he's very mobile in midfield. He can't tackle, though. Rodriguez, much the same. I think he's the better player. I'm going to go for Rodriguez on, Cabadis off, and we'll drop Carlos into the number 10 role. In fact, we could just leave Jimenez up there, couldn't we? Let's get it done. 2 changes made, 55 gone. I've not really got an option for Vanderson because Solis can't defend as much as he's better physically. So I don't know what we do here. Asagnia gives it to Vestrini. Louise inside. North intercepts. Can we counter? Carlos to Jimenez. Back to Hodgkinson. Get it to the left to Taylor. He does. Over halfway he goes. He takes on his man. Brilliant run from Taylor. Gets towards the byline. Chance to cross. There's 3 in the middle. He's just not got anything there. We've not got those world-class players with the trickery. If you look going forward, our best 3 players are Demeter, Ocon and Baysal. None of them are in the team. 2 of them aren't in the squad, as Cho gets down the right. We've just got to hold on 10 more minutes, and then I'll throw them all on for the last 20. As Carlos intercepts, but it falls for Malloy. They're first to everything. Big switch to Sagnia. Into the box to Malloy. It's onside. I'm pretty sure of it. We're going to VAR. I'd be surprised if this doesn't count. There you go. Goal awarded. 2-1. And now it's a question. Do I gamble? Do I accept defeat and rest people for midweek, or do I gamble to get a point? We gambled against Arsenal, but everyone was fit then. This is a different question. Guido finds Jimenez. Back to Guido. This might change things. He gets down the right. Beats his man. That's a penalty. Referee, do not bottle that. Great run from Guido off the right-hand side. He's got to give it. He's got to give it. You're going to VAR. Andrew Madley, penalty awarded. Who takes it? I don't even know. Hodgkinson struggling in midfield. We'll decide what to do in a minute. It's Joseph Taylor. He scored 1 already. I tell you what, for an average player from the academy, he ain't bad. He knows what it means. He scores big goals. And he is a big contributor to our success. 4 already this season for him. And now we're back in with a shout. We've got 20 minutes to go. And I'm going to throw some big guns on. Taylor's been brilliant. I don't really want to risk him too much. I'm going to go for Carlos off. He'll be replaced by Henry Ocon. I've got Baysal who can come on for Hodgkinson. We'll drop Jimenez into the holding role. They can play either way round. It doesn't really matter. Probably Ocon in the deeper role. Maybe just preserve his fitness. Taylor will go number 10. Baysal will come off the left wing. And then I'm also going to take Vanderson off, who's just knackered. And Solis will be the final sub. 20 minutes remaining. We've got fresh legs on. We've brought on 2 of the big hitters who have probably only got half an hour in them. And now we've got a real chance. And to be fair, I said this at the end of last season. If we can turn defeats away at the top half sides to draws, we will win the title. We only missed out by 4 or 5 points last year. But can we do it here? There's a few minutes to hang on. Header away. Only finds Garrido. Out to Sagnia. They might nick a late one here. Sagnia into the box. It's a great run. And it's a good save from Robles. You know what? It's a dirty move when we're 2-2 with a minute to go. I'm going defensive fullbacks and I'm going to time waste. This point is important. We'll go deep line playmaker on support for Jimenez. We'll go to support duties for both Guido and Baysal. And I think we're going to leave it at that. But we're going to time waste all the time. We're going to slow the pace down when we get it in goal. And I think we're going to accept it. Because if we can get a point here and a point at Arsenal, it is the difference to last season if we keep winning the other games. And this would be some effort. But Newcastle have got such a threat. They've got the extra fitness. That's offside, referee. That is offside. You've got to give that. He looked off. And we need it. It's a great defensive line. And it deserves to be rewarded. Oh, you're joking. Oh, it looks off to me. Oh, it's heartbreak. It is heartbreak. Let's go back to what we were doing. 4 minutes of stoppage time. It's another free kick for Newcastle. Not quite where we want it at this stage. Unless this is caught by Robles and cleared downfield, it's game over. Sagni is going to take it. He's wasting his time. Don't you worry. The referee won't add any extra seconds on. I've got to watch that winner again in a minute. It looked offside to the naked eye. Sagni has had a great game, and he's a world-class player, which we can't compete with. As Antonio throws from the right. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I'm crestfallen. Antonio throws into Cho. Good challenge, Baysal. Get it downfield. Up to Joseph Taylor. Down to Baysal. Ocon, Taylor, go forwards. Simmons picks it up. Options down the line. Just play short to Jones, and it's full time. 3-2 is the Newcastle win. It was an even game. It could have gone either way. We lost it. We had to miss half of our first team. 2 injured, 3 or 4 that weren't fit. And as we said at the end of the transfer window, when it wasn't improved by John Murtow, we haven't got a strong enough squad to miss 5 or 6 players. And that's been proven. Now we go away to Atletico Madrid. We've had good results so far in the Champions League. Can we add to it? Can we keep bringing the money in? And can we push towards the next phase? Because for transfers, that's what we need. Back in a minute to find out. Well, it's fitness test time. Charlie Humphreys has not made it. And given the squad we've got at the moment, I won't be taking risks. So this is the team we've gone for. Is Robles in goal with Simmons and Solis the fullbacks and Hervenhoff Develay centre half. Hodgkinson and Carlos in midfield. Develay definitely won't play Saturday, by the way. Demeter moves to the right. Guido back into the middle. Baysal returns on the left. And then Henry Ocon has pushed on to the striker role. We've done it a couple of times this season to good effect. And on this occasion, we're going to do the same again. Let's go and get through to the second game of the day. I know we see some of our poor results on camera, but I've got to show you the big away games. That's what you're all here to see. If we can get a little bit of success today, I'll be a very happy man. But let's see how we go in the first half. We'll decide what to change at half time. The difference in this one is we're going to start positive, partly because we've got our best team out. But also, if you look at the other side of things, we've got an easier game on Saturday. We have generally done well when we've done it, because you've got the Champions League music in the background. It's a 4-4-2 for Atletico Madrid, a bit more of an aggressive style. But my thoughts really are just about get the game won. Against Inter we got 2 up, and then at half time we went back to balance just as they pushed on in the second half. So it might be something we think about here as well. But let's try and take advantage as we are out for our Champions League game away at Atletico Madrid. Something that when we joined this club didn't seem like a possibility. So we should still enjoy the fact we're getting these nights. We've got to make sure we get them every year. And with the squad we've got, the depth we've got, or the lack of it, that makes it very tricky. Let's go and get into the first half. Fingers crossed we can nick a result. As it's Robles with a goal kick or a free kick from the back. Finds Simmons on the left, who takes on his man. Has support from Baysal, but goes alone. Gets to the byline, cuts it back to Baysal. Simmons again, back to Hodgkinson. 4 in the middle, Ocon's one. What a start that is. We're going to VAR, but trust me, it's onside. There is no doubt about that. This goal will be awarded, and if not, I will be asking big questions why. Definitely on, he was in front of the defender. And there you go, goal awarded. The perfect start after 3 minutes. We'll throw on the right for Atletico Madrid. It's a long one into the box, which Hervenhoff heads away. Baysal can't get there, and it's crossed into the back post. Solis does well with that for someone who can't really defend. And Demeter can break away. We know his threat. Oh, he loses the ball right on cue. Stop talking people up. You've got to learn your lesson. Ace Vado over the top. Pandolfi will chase it. Don't foul him. Ball across. Great hand from the goalkeeper, that. That was going straight to the centre forward. It deflected on the way. He did well to palm that out in front of him as Hodgkinson aims long for Baysal. I'm sure Baysal saw that the ball went the other way. Just decided to carry on running in a straight line. As Pandolfi beats Solis again. He just can't defend, bless him. He's a good player, but he cannot defend. That's offside. Don't con me on VAR again. They're not even checking. They're not even checking. Oh, it's becoming a frustrating time. We just can't defend. Solis is not a defender and he's in there and he's the only person we've got fit. Vanderson can't run. I mean, it's a terrible situation to be in. Atletico are dominating the game, as you can see, so we're going to drop to balance and just counter a bit more. I'll encourage the lads with 10 to half time as Rodrigo is on the front foot here to Jagadic. Ruggiero picks it up, loses it to Demeter. That's great work from him. Gets it wide to Baysal on the left, back into Demeter. Carlos takes over. Got 2 in support. Goes back to Hodgkinson. Might have a shot from here. No, he's been forced wide. Gets to the byline though. Crossing's brilliant. Deflects into the goal. Baysal scores it. It's his first of the season. He's been injured for a long time, to be fair to him. But he bobbles at him. Him and Ocon both attacking the 6-yard box. And that's what we want to see. 2 shots on goal, 2 goals. I mean, you can't ask for more. We're 2-1 up at the break. And after being heartbroken at the end of the last game, this one, a little more of a smash and grab. Let's get through the dressing room, tell the lads we're happy. We've not created loads, but for the second half, we'll take the same result. Well, a quiet start to the second half. With 57 on the clock, though, they're chipping it in behind again. And they know we've got problem with the fullbacks. It's back across to Munoz. It's a great deflection, Devilate. He's working so hard. We've now got Simmons knackered because he's played 2 90 minutes as well as England games. We've got Solis at right back who can't defend. It's not ideal, but when Robles is claiming corners like that, there is nothing to be too upset about. Simmons is going to have to come off soon. We've got Garcia coming back from injury. He's only made 1 sub appearance. It's not a great situation for him, but he will get football today. Let's praise the lads because they're playing really well here and they're fighting for everything. With 20 to go, the subs will get made, but we've got a corner first. We've still got the short corner technique on, by the way. It just gets ignored as Devalate's headers off the line and Munoz just punts it out for a throw. We'll see that throw as well. I need a break to make the changes. Baysal, that's a 2-footer. Referee, look at the way he went in. Back to the goalkeeper, short to Rodrigo. And they're playing out from the fence. Have we left it too late for the changes? Gandolfi carries it forward. He's breezing past people. Chips it over to Kovac. Flicks on. The midfield runner's been lost. It's such a poor goal. It's 2-2. We're going to make changes now. We're going to look at the players who are knackered and the ones playing poorly. Hervenhoff's nervous. He'll come off for Jones. Ariel Garcia for Simmons, who's knackered. Carlos is as well. Ocon into midfield. North up front. Taylor on in the number 10 role to replace Baysal. Or Guido, sorry. And then on the right-hand side, it's going to have to be young Adam Hunter. He's going to be the man on here. It's not ideal. Anderson's arguably the better player, but he's not fit enough. So we're going to go for that. 5 changes made. 20 minutes to go. It's 2-2. And now we've got to try and hold on. But again, the same players are having to be wheeled out in key positions every week. And the spine of the team is just knackered half the time. We cannot cope with this every time. It's Devilay, it's Hodgkinson. They're playing every game, they're knackered. Simmons today as well. The lack of squad depth, not signing a player on deadline day is going to be the death of us. It's another flying tackle they've got away with here, Atletico. As Ocon gets the ball wide to Baysal. On the left-hand side, beats his man, but then gives the ball away. And Atletico play out comfortably. Kai at the back, wide to Ace Fado. Options down the line, just hoofs it over the top. Knows they're going to win the battle. Devilay can't catch him. Solis can't defend it. It's back into Kovac. And it's no surprise to me that all of these troubles we're having are late in games. Because we've just not got the legs. We're going to go back to positive. We're going to push on. It's such a frustrating night. I mean, Atletico probably deserve to win it. I know the chances we've created are better ones, but they've had the ascendancy for so long. And with 4 minutes of stoppage time added on, it's another 3-2 defeat. It's the same old problems away at the big sides, but this year, it's not that we're getting blown away. It's not that we're getting played off the park. It's the fact that we've not got a big enough squad to cope. And John Murtow is getting the blame this year. Last year it might have been my tactics, but here we're getting caught out. A 3-2 defeat, it's not a disaster at the end of the day. A frustrating one again. Let's go and see when we're going to be back. Well, disappointment again. Problems with fitness for Demeter. I'm almost tempted to give him a week's rest now because we've got Sheffield United and Nottingham Forest and I'd fancy us to beat them. The Cup he wouldn't play anyway. But that is the good thing now. We've got 4 home winnable games coming up and then we've got a tricky run of fixtures. So I know it's always difficult showing you the tougher games and the defeats, but I do want you to see the more challenging bits of the season. So we're going to come back for one of 2 double headers, either Monaco at home and Tottenham away, or we'll do Everton away and PSG at home because they're the episodes that could be fun at the minute. Let me know what you'd like to see. It's a shame the Palace away game isn't closer. That would have been a good one. We're going to show one of those 2 double headers. Hopefully, we'll get back on track. If you want to see if we can keep people fit and get closer next time out, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. It's entertaining to watch at least. 3-2 defeats. They're exciting games. There's attacking football. If you want to stay up to date and see if that continues, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. And I'll see you back here next time for more big action with Manchester United.